there, welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. So we left it at being a mortician, a mortuary attendant. And there's a secret that the watchman lets you into.
Yeah. He told me that there are people in the city and also people traveling from outside the city to come and take some parts, like private parts and other parts of the body, so that they can take to their shrines so that their business can flourish.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes when you see things are flourishing, there are a lot of things behind it. Some it is God, but others are not. It is not godly. So there was a lot of money there, Sharon. If I wanted to get rich quickly, I could have taken that opportunity. But there is something about a foundation. The Bible says when you train up a child in the way he should grow, when it's old, you will not depart from that road.
Yeah.
The foundation in me was not able to allow me to do that. I remember one day a colleague of mine told me, David, there is a man who is coming with 100,000. 100,000, Sharon, then was a lot of money. But there was something in me that used to tell me, David, no, this is not the path God wanted you to walk into. And the reason why I normally say God was with me is because there are things other people were doing, but I was not doing. So there was a lot of strife again now between me and my colleague, because he wants me to do that because they were living well. He had a very big house, driving a very nice car. Mercedes then was a very nice car. They were living well because these people used to come almost daily. But now here you are depending on a salary at the end of the month. That is 7,000 shillings at the end of the month. I have a family. I have a baby. When I married my wife, she came with a baby girl. So now I had 2 children to take care of. Sometimes I was being tempted. Can I take this money to help my family? But something was telling me no. So there is a time I just sat him down and told him, my brother, thank you so much for what you have shared with me, but I think I cannot go that path. So I lived there. The only day that we used to get some tips, maybe it is on Thursday and Friday, and maybe on Saturday, because that is when people come to take bodies from the morgue. These other days, Monday, Tuesday, is just flat. I used to stay in Nyalenda, in Kisumu, nyumba ya 250, na niko na deni ya miezi 3. Landlord is on my neck. Now, one time I decided to kutoboa dirisha huko nyuma.
Wapi? Kwa mortuary? Kwa
hiyo nyumba yenye naishi. Ndio nikuwe napitia usiku nikiingia because landlord amelock mlango.
Na wife?
Wife is still in Kipkaren River.
Okay.
Me, I'm there.
Okay.
Trying to look for something so that I can be able to send to them something. Now I'm here struggling and suffering. It came to a point I said, God, no. I can't just be waking up every day to come and see dead bodies. That's why, Sharon, me, I'm not afraid of dead bodies. I saw a lot of them there. Treatment, I used to do the treatment and all those things. Sometimes ingine ingeletwa kutoka mtoni, samaki ama wadudu wa maji wamekula body, hata it is just disfigured. But I used to take and treat unaweka pale.
Did that affect you in any way?
It really affected me because I started having some dreams that were not good. Yeah, people dying, graves and all those things. It really affected me. And in that process when I decided, no, I have to go back. So one day I was leaving my place of work. I met with a friend who knew my wife. And she asked me, David, you mean you are here? And I told her, yes, I'm here. Where do you work? I was told that you are working here. I told her, yes, I'm working here. She asked me why. Because by that time, life ilikuwa imenichapa kweli kweli. Some of the photos ziko kwa social media, TBT. So she called my wife and she told my wife what I was doing. My wife was very mad, Sharon. But you know, sometimes when there is a lot of warfare at home, men, we are afraid because vita ya mwanamke kwa nyumba si rahisi. Afadhali upigwe vita na jirani. Because if some other people outside support me and my wife doesn't support me, I will still fail. So I decided to come back. Coming back, I realized my wife had changed. The change was the influence she was receiving from now the man baba ya mtoto msichana mwenye alikuja naye.
Okay.
So ni kama communication zilianza kuingia. So they started communicating. What contributed what contributed my downfall in marriage was my in-law, my mother-in-law, because she started calling my wife every now and then and influencing her. Telling her, leave this man. What are you doing there?
Why? Because you don't have money?
Don't have money. So my wife kept on telling me after coming back, I don't know why I married you.
Wow.
I didn't know you will suffer this way. You will never amount to anything in this life. A lot of things from my wife. People say women are going through tough time. Sharon, there are men who are going through tough time in their marriages. It is only that women are loud. Women act, women react, men we act. It was too much again in the house, because now that kushout, there is a time ningekaa mpaka saa 7 usiku, my wife is just talking. I decided to go to Eldoret to look for another job, because now it was very difficult for me in this house. I went to that man again, Olindi. Olindi gave me a number of a friend in Eldoret. Aliniandikia kwa paper because hata sikukuwa na simu. I left Kipkaren River at around 6 in the morning, coming to Eldoret. Kufika Eldoret, ile namba alinipea kwa karatasi, I don't know niliacha ama ilianguka kwa gari. Nimeshuka Eldoret, sina namba. So me, I said, now what can I do? Something just whispered in my spirit that, why can't you look for a church around? Mahali utasikia kuna church, ingia pale. I started looking for a church in Eldoret tangu saa 2 asubuhi nilipofika. Nimefika Eldoret nikiwa na 37 shillings. Nimekunywa chai ya 20 bob. Nimebaki na 17 bob. I'm in Eldoret. Ilipofika around saa 6 nikawa nimefika mahali nimechoka na nimekaa chini. Because nilikuwa nimevaa sandak. And you can imagine sandak na jua. Nikakaa chini Eldoret. Nikasikia there is a church that used to be it was opposite Hotel Comfy. I don't know if you have been in Eldoret. There is a hotel called Hotel Comfy. That building was opposite Hotel Comfy. Nikasikia watu wakianza kuimba huko juu. Nikajikaza kutoka pale, nikaenda mpaka kwa hiyo room. Nikakaa huko nyuma. And the pastor preached powerfully about understanding your season. This is Pastor Timothy Wekati. He preached about understanding your season. So he started teaching about seasons in life. And I was seated there. After the service, I was still sitting there. And then he came to me and he asked me, is everything okay? I told him, man of God, everything is not okay. I'm going through a very difficult time in my marriage right now. If you can help me to get a job here in Eldoret, I will appreciate. The pastor told me, now, where will you be staying? The pastor akaniuliza, do you know anybody in Eldoret? Nikamwambia, the only person I know in Eldoret is one bishop called Bishop Azango. He tried to call Bishop Azango, he was not picking, was in a meeting somewhere else. So I stayed there up to evening. In the evening, there's a youth pastor in that church called Pastor Calvin Obura. The pastor and some few leaders, they decided to share about me. So the pastor shared about me, and then this Pastor Calvin connected me to another guy called Isaac. He told me, you will be staying with Isaac as we are looking for a job. After 1 week or 3 weeks, my wife doesn't know where I am. I don't have a phone call. I don't have any number to call. I got a job. Pastor Calvin connected me with a job with another man, a friend of his. I got a job of security. Nikakuwa watchman. I was employed by one firm called S&I in Eldoret. Nikapelekwa training, nikamaliza, nikapewa certificate, nikapata job. My first job nilipangwa ilikuwa ni Eldoret Catholic University Gaba, ambayo iko before Eldoret Polytechnic. Nikafanya pale for 3 days. 3 days my colleague wakaorganize, watu wakakuja wakaiba vitu kwa restaurant. Mali kuna restaurant yenye watu walikuwa nakula almost karibu na gate ya kuingia ndani. In the morning report ikafika polisi, tukaja tukashikwa tukawekwa ndani.
So why did they organize for people to come and steal?
It has been their habit. When a new person come in the site, that is what they used to do, because they go and sell those things outside. Because this security firm doesn't pay people a lot of money. I was being paid 6,000. 6,000 I deduct pesa ya viatu, uniform and all those things, nabaki na maybe 3,000 ama 2,800. Kama umepoteza kitu maybe torch ama nini, inakuwa deducted in that month. Sometimes nikuenda na 1,500 the whole month. Unafanya kazi usiku. Nikawekwa ndani. Again Pastor Tim and Calvin came wakanitoa ndani ya jela. Ndani ya cell. Nikaenda. Started living now with Pastor Timothy Wekati in his house. Nilikuwa nalala kwa sitting room. Nikawa naendelea na job while I was serving in the church. All this while.
What was... Were you thinking about your family? Your wife?
I was thinking about my family.
Yeah.
After now 3 weeks, I decided to go and see my family. Nili travel nikaenda one of the weekends. Sharon, the reception was not good because it was like things was now falling apart. My wife, I entered the house, my wife was just looking at me there. So we were not even talking, we were just there. So at night, he just said, nitakuja kufanya kitu yenye utaregret maisha yako yote. That's what she kept on saying. Wewe ni mwanaume mwenye una mwelekeo. Na nakwambia kwa hii maisha utateseka mpaka kwa kaburi yako. That is my wife telling me. And I was just quiet because now what can you do? I was just there. So I decided, Pastor Timothy Wekati advised me to bring my wife to Eldoret instead of traveling going there. So I went and I shared with my wife. She said it is okay. We can move to Eldoret. Nika-organize, nikawalete wote Eldoret.
But this time you had somewhere to stay?
Now I had somewhere to stay. Nilikuwa nimepata nyumba. Nyumba yenye nilipata ni ya mabati. So we started staying in that house. Tukakaa almost 3 months. One day Sharon, I went to church. My wife came na akaachia Asha mtoto.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So akadisappear for like that day akurudi. So nikachukua nikaenda naye nyumbani. Akakuja jioni karibu saa 3 za usiku, saa 4 the following day. So I asked her, ulikuwa umeenda wapi? She told me there are men outside here who have money more than you. So I went to look for one. Now as a man, what will you do?
Wow.
Here people knows you as a pastor. Huwezi pigana kwa nyumba. In the following day, okay, that night she started packing. Mimi nikajua si ni kazi tu normal. Obvious mtu maybe ni reaction tu ata cool down. The morning, mimi nimetoka kwenda bathroom. Napata kumbe mtu alienda.
She left in the morning?
In the morning.
You woke up?
Nikiwa bathroom. Mimi nisikia tu mtu akitoa vitu nikajua tukianza kuvurutana majirani watashangaa watu wanavurutana nini. In me I said maybe she wanted some rest away from me. But now the challenging was she left with the girl mwenye alikuja naye. Akaniwacha na the boy.
Wow.
Mwenye tulizana yeye.
So now this is your
that
job?
night she told me mimi sikuja na huyu, nilikuja na huyu. Siku ya kuenda nitaenda na huyu mimi nilikupata na wewe.
Okay.
So kila mtu atabeba mzigo wake. That is how that marriage ilipasuka. The first person I called was Pastor Calvin. I told him my wife left. Today I will not manage to come to church because she left na ameniacha na mtoto. Calvin was shocked. We tried to call, she was not picking. Actually aliniacha na laini ya simu na simu yenye nilikuwa nimemnunulia. So there is no way I could be able to communicate. I tried to get some contacts from the mother. I tried to call the mother. The mother, the only thing she told me, hakuna mwanaume bure kama wewe. Wachana na msichana yangu. 3 months down the line now, because wakati alienda aliniacha, nika call my mom that evening. Kamwambia ameenda na ameniacha na mtoto. I can't go to work. My mother told me leta mtoto Kericho. nikachukua mtoto nikamsafirisha Kericho to my mother. Sharon, I really cried when I left my son there. He was very young. 2009, 2012. Very small boy. Nikamwacha na my mother. I came back to Eldoret. Nikaendelea na job ya security. Another firm ikakuja security, waka promise they will be paying us more than what I was getting in this current job that I was doing. I was employed again, so I used to work in the last week because sikuwa nimeresign hapa na nishapata hii. So nikaorganize na huyo jamaa nipatie kazi ya mchana, so that usiku nikuwe naenda kufanya hii kampuni nyingine.
So 24 hours
yeah.
You are at work.
Yeah, ndio niweze kucover hii wiki, so that hii ni wiki ya mwisho wa mwezi wale wakinilipa ni warudishie vitu zao. So the last week nikawa nafanya job mbili ya security zote. Nafanya moja at Noble Hotel. Hiyo ni S&I. Narudi this other one nafanya, kuna shule inaitwa Shayona Academy. Mahali Pastor Calvin alikuwa alikuwa something hapo kwa hiyo shule. So hapo ndo nilikuwa nafanya mchana. Hapo nilikuwa nakunywa chai asubuhi na napewa lunch. Huko napewa supper. That is how I used to operate.
You are very strategic.
I was very strategic. So I eat breakfast here and lunch. Huko nakula supper. Na nikaendelea hivyo mpaka nikamaliza hiyo wiki. So we continue serving with Pastor Calvin and Timothy Wekati in Eldoret. Ikakuja kafika mahali sasa maisha ikawa ngumu. Hii kazi ya security imeanza kunilemea because baridi. Mwili kaanza kuwa affected na hiyo baridi ya usiku because I'm not resting. Fatigue. Kakawa ni kama ni kama mimi ni kama niko na ugonjwa mwingine nitatibu vipi. So in that process nikachukua one full week just to relax. Nikaomba tu off, nika relax for one full week as I was trying to figure out now what next. Will I be doing this forever? Now, in the process of thinking what to do, church ikawa inahama kutoka kwa town inaenda outside the town. So Pastor Tim akaniambia, David, you just come and we serve together here. I'll just be giving you something at the end of the month. Just be full time here. So I started serving with Timothy Wekati, full time now in that church called Triumphant. We served there, was used to sleep in his house sometimes. Sometimes I go to Calvin's place because nyumba yangu imefungwa. Calvin is the one who used to give me clothes. Nguo zangu zimefungiwa ndani yote. In that process ya operate between Calvin and Pastor Tim's place, my mother called from Kericho. Ananiambia, ninapitia Eldoret nikienda nyumbani na nilikuwa nataka nikuone ili uweze kusalimia mtoto. Now again, where will I take my mother? Nyumba yangu imefungwa. Akashuka, kamwalao tu akuje sasa aone vile situation iko. Sharon, when my mother alishuka to Eldoret kwa stage, when I saw my son, I started crying hapo kwa stage.
Hold it right there. Okay. Wow. I don't know what more we are set to hear, but quite an interesting story we have with Pastor David. Please don't go away. Stay here because there's more coming.